Well, new today, a very disturbing find in Valdosta. A dead fetus found laying in the grass at an apartment complex. Valdosta Police say the child was found yesterday morning at the Brittany Woods Apartments on Old Statenville Road. Right now, police don't know how the child died or who left him or her there. They say GBI medical examiners are reviewing the child's body. While they wait for results, VPD is urging people not to spread misinformation about this case. They say they've seen several different posts going around social media. Chief Leslie Manahan says, quote, disseminating graphic or unverified content is not only disrespectful, but can also compromise the investigation, end quote.